Hey everybody, figured I'd do an out about since it's been a while since I last did one. Don't know how well this camera's gonna stay on the ledge here on this car. I think it was the last car. You're getting a lot of vibration, I know. But stick with me here, we're gonna make this happen. So yeah, for some reason I was looking through Kijiji the other day, and you know, not that I have any money left this month really to spend, but I came across somebody who was actually selling some stuff that's on my list for next month. And so I contacted him, and yeah, so I'm off to the beautiful city of Oshawa to essentially pick up some Blu-rays. So I just messaged him, and he messaged back saying, you know, it's cool, no problem, we'll see you soon. So everything seems to be in order, and it's just going to take me a little while to get there. So yeah, let's take a little ride, and afterwards I may, seeing as how I will be in Oshawa, I may hit up some secondhand stores. Ooh, I'm under the bridge, you can't see me. So yeah, well, in Oshawa, I figured I'd check out or track down some secondhand stores and see if there was anything there as well. So who knows, I may find some, I may not. It's all up in the air until I get there and do some searching after I make this initial transaction. But until that time, notice I closed the windows. I figured there'd be a little bit of noise here, seeing as how I'm now on the highway. So let's take a ride. People be slow. I'm in the fast lane. Not good, not good, not good. Not good at all. It's supposed to be there by now. Road trips, yay! So that was not quite what I was hoping for, but I will show you afterwards. I was good to my word, even though I'm sure if I had asked, he probably would have dealt with the problem. Yeah, it's you'll see at the end. I think I'll do all my pickups at the end, and right now I guess we're gonna go see if we you're looking up my nose, aren't you? Stop looking up my nose. We're gonna see if we can find some second-hand stores, because the problem disc that he had was actually purchased at a second-hand store. So I kind of know where it is, but I kind of don't, because I'm not from these parts. So let's go for another ride. I see something that was not on my list. Ooh, two things. I can hit up a Dollarama and a Value Village. We'll do Dollarama first. Could also hit up an LA Fitness. That's funny. Okay, just switching over to, wow, that was really loud. Switching over to my cell phone here, and gonna head in and see what we can find. Probably nothing in the Dollarama, but you never know with the Value Village. I think I'll even walk over to the Value Village, you know, instead of going to LA Fitness. I think I'll just get some exercise that way. It's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it. One of the problems with this excursion, being that it was around the 1 o'clock hour, meant I haven't eaten anything yet today. So while I was in Dollarama, picked up a drink and a chocolate bar to tide me over, and then I will head over to Value Village once I finish this and see what's there. So yeah, and then after that, who knows, I think I have to go further down the road to get to where I'm going, and then go south, and I'll see if I find any food places or anything there, because I will need to eat. Otherwise, in this heat, I am liable to pass out and die, because I don't like hot. I like, see, I've got the air conditioning on right now. Just to eat this chocolate bar, because this car, in the like 5 minutes I was in that store, turned into a sauna. But yeah, so this is probably going to be a long video, guys. Stick with it, and at the end I will show you what I picked up. right, now Value Village doesn't normally, it isn't someplace I frequent a lot simply because their prices are a little bit overpriced. It's $4 for a DVD there, and I mean, in Dollarama you can get a Blu-ray for $3. And their books, yeah, their books are way overpriced. If you go to, say, a Salvation Army, it's like a couple of dollars for any book. $1, I think, for kids' books, $2 for paperbacks, and like $3 or something for hardcovers. But you go in because you're looking for things that, you know, are must-buys. And I found some, which meant the maybe buys ended up getting purchased as well. So again, I'll show you at the end, but right now let's go off and see if we can find some more places to check out. Okay, after a lot of guessing, a lot of going down the same streets, thanks to a bunch of one-ways here, I decided to punch into my phone and use the GPS and the maps. And as far as my phone is concerned, it's like just around the corner here. But there's a bar, like a Burger King right here, and seeing as how I still haven't gotten food, I'm gonna grab some Burger King and walk around the corner and see what happens. Yeah, will there be a Deja Vu disc there? I don't know, but it's the only one that was showing up in this area on my phone, so I have no idea where else it would be. So yeah, I'm gonna grab some food and I'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna have to hide some stuff here because yeah, I don't want anybody stealing it, and I've seen some sketchy people around. Sketchy people. Yeah, gotta watch out for those sketchy people. Anyways, be back in a minute. Okay, so finished lunch, brunch, dinner, whatever the hell you want to call it, at Burger King, and did take a walk up the street. It's not quite right around the corner like I had expected, but it's actually in a little mini mall up the way. Now it's one way this way, one way that way, going opposite direction, so I'm gonna go around and see about parking over there. But on my walk over there, I did come across a little something cute which movie lovers should enjoy. So let me cut to that video right now. Yeah, that's actually pretty clever. Pretty cute, eh? Alright, so let's head over and check out Deja Vu Discs. Hopefully it's open. Alright, I made it, and there is Deja Vu Discs, which says it's open, cash paid for CDs. So I may be spending a little time in there, but I feel safer having my vehicle here. But I won't bring the camera in, so I will talk to you. Alright, I am done. You know what, I'm not even gonna look for another place because I just spent over $50 in that store, and I could have easily spent, you know, a good $500 to $1,000. And I didn't even go through most of the CDs or DVDs. Yeah, simply because I already had a stack, and yeah, it's one of those things, right? I think today's total is going to be quite more than I planned. Wow, yeah. But such is life, right? I look at it this way. It got me out of the house. I went for a trip, and I include that in the cost, because otherwise I would just be at home and watching movies. Not that that's a bad thing, because as soon as I figure out how to get back home, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because this used place, essentially they give you 30 days warranty to make sure it works and such, and then, you know, you can, I guess, get your money back or get something new or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, I'll definitely be trying to find more Deja Vu Discs locations. Yeah. Let's see, I bought CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays for here. The only thing I didn't buy any books or laser discs. They didn't sell those. And I didn't buy any records. I don't collect records. So time to head home and show you what I got, because that's what you've been waiting for, right? You've been waiting this entire video just to find out what I purchased. So, without further ado, let's go. All right, back home. Actually, took a detour because I needed to go grocery shopping. So it's like 6 o'clock now, and probably should be making dinner, but I'm gonna finish off this video for you and go over all of these amazing pickups. So first off, the kijiji post that, well, the reason why this road trip to Oshawa began. And so I was looking on Kijiji. Again, I don't know why, but I have a list of things that, you know, I'm planning on getting over the next few months, and he had listed one of the items which is on my next month's next month on my list of things to get if available, and that was the Code Red release Blu-ray of Just Before Dawn. Now, right now, the guy who runs Code Red, for whatever reason, I think he's out of town, so a lot of his stuff on his store is either not available, limited editions, or he's not shipping to outside of the US, essentially. And Diabolique DVD, who normally carries the Code Red releases, doesn't have any of them in stock currently, though they have placed an order. So if you're looking for Code Red releases, you know, stay tuned. I believe the guy who runs it will be back soon, so that website and his eBay should be renewed, hopefully with international shipping. If not, then Diabolique DVD should have them in. But he doesn't normally ship to, you know, isn't currently shipping to Canada, so I wasn't sure I'd be able to get this next month or not. And it's a $30, I think he wants $30 for it regularly, plus shipping. So I saw that, and this is what clued me in. Next on his listing was Scream Factory's From Beyond for $10. So I was like, I contacted him, and I was like, you know what, I want, you know, I'm all cool with these. He even had remote control, factory sealed. I think he wanted $30 for that, but I already have it, so I would have bought it otherwise. He had some other titles, and I was like, you know what, I'll give you $80. And his email back was like, sure, not a problem. By the way, I also have Ginger Snaps and Cat People. I'm looking for $15 each, and I was like, well, would you take 100? So essentially, instead of the $30, I was like, can you take them for $10 each as well? And he was like, yeah, sure. So these ones were already opened. That looks good. And Ginger Snaps. See, this is what I'm talking about, people. Gotta be careful, man. So the Cat People is just a Blu-ray. Only supposed to be Blu-ray. I open up Ginger Snaps, and it's missing the Blu-ray. It's got the DVD. Well, I already have it on DVD. I'm gonna have to email him because I'm pretty sure he said they were Blu-rays, so it's probably in his Blu-ray player. And I'll see if he can just mail that out to me. Case is slightly busted, but I'm pretty sure he bought these used. Just another problem with this pickup. One of the other releases, that Day of the Animals. This is a Scorpion release here. I don't know that I've seen this or not, but I'm really looking forward to checking it out. Last but not least is House on Straw Hill. This I believe I already have, but it was sealed. It's only limited to 3,000 copies, so I figured, you know what, I'll pick it up. Not a problem. It's factory sealed again. It still had the all the stuff on it, so I was like, awesome. Now when I got there, he was like, oh yeah, by the way, the From Beyond doesn't have the disc, the art. And I was like, what? And that's when he explained, but it did have, you know, has both of the discs in it. You open it up, has both the discs in it. And he opened it up and he's like, yeah, I got it from Deja Vu Discs. Notice I went to Deja Vu Discs afterwards. And he picked it up and he asked about the art, and they said, well, when it came to us, it must have had water damage or something on it, so it was all crimply, so they just took it out. So if anybody has, well, I know lots of you have From Beyond, if you have a high resolution scanner, if you could scan both the front and the back at 1200 DPI. A lot of people are okay with 300 or 600 or 900. I prefer 1200 DPI. Good scans of those. I will then take them and put them, you know, deal with it and go into the art studio and print up at least a replacement for this, and then eventually I have the slit cover here. I will pick it up with the real covers on it and just do a swap out, and then take this thing, either give it away or sell it on Kijiji, or see if anybody will trade it in to a disc exchange. So 2 bummers in this, and this was the reason why. $100. So this was $10, and I now know why, because when I got there, I wish he had told me, because I probably wouldn't have offered him as much. I probably would have given him 80 for everything rather than the thing. And I'm hoping he still has that Blu-ray for, otherwise Ginger Snaps is pointless. Cross your fingers, people. Hopefully this works out. Moving on to the next portion of the pickups. Okay, as was in the, well, you saw earlier, the next portion of the trip found me at Dollarama, where, well, some of these you saw in the video. I couldn't pass up Blood and Chocolate for $3. You know what? It's a fun take on, I believe it's werewolves, and it's been, I don't think I've seen this since it first came out. And I also picked up, I think this was the first one that I showed in the video, maybe not, I don't know. Whisper. And a funny thing about this one is I saw this in the Deja Vu discs, and I think they wanted like $15.99 for it. So I was like, yeah, you can get it for $3. And it's funny, a lot of those, and you'll see it, if you go into those secondhand places, you'll notice a lot of things that people could buy at, say, the dollar store. A lot of those releases find their way to these like Deja Vu discs. So they'll pay $3 for this, maybe get 5, and if you pick up both of these things, pick up a few more, next thing you know, it's you've made $10. You have all the store credit that you can put towards stuff that's actually worthwhile getting. But that wasn't all I got from Dollarama. This was the first Dollarama I've seen any of these releases at, so I was quite surprised. And these were $1 a piece. Now, I've never heard of this. It's from East West DVD, but when I saw them, I just had to get it. So, first one was Captain Harlock, Vengeance of the Space Pirate. I'm a huge fan of Harlock. This has, I believe, probably four episodes or something on it. It doesn't really say, but it's all region DVD. I don't know, maybe it's I don't know, I'll have to look it up. Vengeance of the Space Pirate. Maybe this is a OVA or a special movie or something. It's probably only 60 minutes though, it doesn't say on it. But Captain Harlock, whatever, for $1. I didn't even know these were $1. They didn't have a price on them, but when she punched it in at $1, I was like, sweet. I was willing to pay $2. Next one, something I've never even heard of, and that's Space Angel. No idea. I'm so looking forward to putting this in. It is 60 minutes. Who knows what's on it. The other one I found, again, never heard of this ever. Clutch Cargo. This is volume 1, and it's 90 minutes long. It has 3 episodes by the look of it. It says volume 1. I'm gonna actually take a look and see if there's any more of these. Volume 2, 3. I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna take a look in East West DVD. Do it yourself and see what's up there, because yeah, you never know. And then finally, I couldn't pass this up. This is awesome. Starbirds. Again, 60-minute runtime. I don't know that this was ever broadcast in North America, but we'll find out. I'm willing to throw it in and see what it is. I love giant robot animation, so, well, it's my favorite form of anime. So, looking forward to checking this out as well. But, let's see, Value Village. On to the next one. Okay. First up, the reason why I bought anything at Value Village. A whole stack of Choose Your Own Adventures. Some of them I might have already, some of them I might not, but they're all in really good condition. I mean, really, really good condition. I mean, this is the worst one, and it's got, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, little flippy at the top corner. That's about the only problem with it. $1.50 each. I would have rather them been $1. I think the last time I bought a ton of Choose Your Own Adventures, they were like 50% off or something like that. But at Value Village, if you buy 4 books, you get a book of equal or lesser value for free. So essentially, I've got 9 here, so there's 1 free in here, so I had to pick out another one. So in the children's section, picked up Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Darth Maul, Shadow Conspiracy. It's practically in perfect condition, regularly $7. So I picked it up for free. You know what? There's nothing wrong with young adult literature or kids literature. The stories are still roughly the same. They just don't use really big words. Nothing wrong with that. But I also picked up 2 DVDs from there, seeing as how I was already picking stuff else, something else up. One I don't know. Apparently, I think this is a made-for-TV movie, but it's on DVD here, so I grabbed it. I think the DVDs are like $3 or $4, $3, I can't. But so here it is: Tarantulas, the Deadly Cargo. Yeah, yeah. Killer spider movie, I guess. I don't know. It's released by somebody I've never heard of. Fremantle Media. And the other one I picked up, which I was surprised, I actually had to check. I didn't realize I didn't have it yet, and that's Pulse. I have Pulse 2 and Pulse 3, but I don't have Pulse. So now I have all 3 Pulse movies. I don't believe I have the original Japanese film, but I will get that eventually. I don't know if this is out on Blu-ray yet, but I have the other ones in DVD, so now I have the entire Pulse thing there ready to go. So I picked those up. But Deja Vu disc, what did I get there? On to the next one. Okay, so when I went into Deja Vu discs, the first thing I did was I went around to the soundtrack section, and actually there was a few soundtracks there I wanted to get, but they were looking for $6.99 up to $14.99 for some of them. But for $1.99, I picked up Brain Scan, the music from, so it's not a score, but it's the music from Brain Scan. So it's got like Butthole Surfers and White Zombie and George Clinton and such. So for $1.99, awesome. I'm gonna pick that up. It's got Primus on it. I love Primus. Then I went through a few things. I went through Blu-rays and such. Up near their checkout counter, they had a section of CDs that were 99 cents, but they were like final sales. So these were obviously stuff they wanted to just get rid of. And I was looking through them. I didn't see anything until I saw, and this is not something I would normally pick up for 99 cents. It was like, I'm going to own this. And that is Marsalis Standard Time from Volume 1 from Wynton Marsalis. This is some jazz. I don't have a lot of jazz in my collection, but I do think it is something that should be in everybody's collection. At least some of the majors. And I mean, they had other stuff there. It was like $1.99, $2.99. It wasn't too expensive, at least in the jazz collection. I was like, oh man, you know what? I'm going to spend more time at these used places, because sometimes you can find great prices. This is a complete blind buy, because I have no idea, A, who this guy is, well, and that's what kind of music this is, but it starts off, his name is DJ Quick, and I've kind of heard of him, but for 99 cents, I am perfectly willing to take a stab and see what what it is. And here's one. This is beyond blind buy. I don't know what style this is. I don't know this band. I've never heard of them. For 99 cents. The only reason why I picked this up is because it's an Asian band from Asian Man Records, and that's Pot Shot Dance to the Pot Shot Record. I don't know. Look at if you know anything about these guys, I don't know. They look like kind of got some punkish tones. There's a guy with a trombone and a guy with a trumpet. Maybe they've got I don't know. Maybe some jazz influences. Maybe some ska. No idea. Well, as I was waiting to check out, the attendant was off doing something, and I had to wait for him to come back. So I was like perusing through, and I looked and I was like, well, I'll pick that up for 99 cents. Hey, I will pick that other album up for $1.99. So, Crystal Waters, surprise, as far as I know, this is her debut album, the one with Gypsy Woman, her famous track. For 99 cents, whatever. I'm perfectly, I want to own this anyways. So for 99 cents, I'm just getting a bargain. And then, I don't know which one this is, but it's still her. For $1.99, it's just Crystal Waters, so it's like 6 years later. So I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think I know any of these tracks on the second album, but whatever. Probably better than the non-singles tracks from the first album. They had a DVD section that was final sale, 50% off the sticker price, and I noticed they had a whole bunch of Splatter Rampage DVDs, and these are just like garbage movies, like terrible movies. But for the prices, you know, I think most of them were $7, 50% off. I had one here that's $5, that's 50% off. The big problem with these is, here you go, you see it. They've drawn with a Sharpie, so I'm gonna have to see if I can get that off. But anyways, either way, Midnight Skater. I'm guessing it's a killer skater guy. I mean, just to give you an idea of how bad this stuff is. Look at that. Look at those screenshots. It's just garbage movies. Splatter Rampage Wrestling. There you go. If anybody knows anything about these movies, let me know. The Feral Man. Whatever. Now this one I knew of, and it's essentially the only reason why I know of this label. And this was back when DVD was essentially just getting started, and people there wasn't a lot of, all the studios hadn't gotten on DVD yet, so there was a big void of titles that needed to come out, and outside of Anchor Bay, there wasn't a lot. Image was one of the other people putting out genre stuff, and then you started getting stuff from like Seduction Cinema and Troma and Full Moon started releasing their stuff, and out of nowhere came these guys and this is a double feature, so there's two movies on here, and this one's, you know, The Filthy McNastiest. These are the two sequels to Filthy McNasty, Filthy McNastier and Filthy McNastiest. I have not seen Filthy McNasty or these two films, but I do know about the guys who make these movies, and honestly, the movies are terrible. And I'm trying to think, there was one of the releases that they had from the same guys who made the Filthy McNasty movies. They had like 3 or 4 copies of it in that 50% off, and it's funny because it's the only, I think it's the only one I currently own. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but yeah, if you want to get Filthy McNasty, if that's piqued your interest and you want to get Filthy McNasty, I believe it's on a double feature release from the same guys with Mulva Zombie Ass Kicker. And by the way, Mulva has a sequel as well, Mulva 2 Kill Teen Ape. Now, Teen Ape is a reoccurring character in these movies from this company. He's a guy in an ape mask. That's essentially, it would be like me with an ape mask talking to you right now and calling myself Teen Ape. I'm really coming up with blank as to what the other movie was. But anyways, yeah, whatever. Oh, Destruction Kings. Destruction Kings. It's the only one that I own, and it's garbage, and I think I did a review of it somewhere, and I'm like, this movie looks like what you would have from a bunch of kids in high school who have borrowed their, you know, parents' video camera and they didn't have like really, whatever. They didn't have any idea on how to make a movie. They didn't have any money, and they just made this thing and, you know, bought costumes from a Halloween costume shop type thing. And I'm not even talking like the expensive costumes, I'm talking about the cheap ones. And yeah, and they're just shooting essentially what you would consider YouTube videos. So if you're interested in that and you want to actually pay money for it, that's the studio you got to look up, because they got lots of it. Lots of it. But anyways, moving on to the final 2 pickups. The next one, the Blu-rays. Finally, the Blu-rays. For $15, I picked this up. I've only heard that it was a really good movie. I have not seen this film, so it's kind of a blind buy. And that's Uncle Boonmee. Who can recall his past lives? Winner of the Foreign Prize film from the Toronto Film Critics Association, which I'm not a part of. But yeah, it was one of those things where it's a Thai film. Apparently it's really, it's different. It's a ghost story. Yeah, it was winner of the top prize at the Cannes Film Festival, the Palme d'Or. But yeah, it's something I've been meaning to check out, and honestly, I forgot all about the film until I saw it at Deja Vu Disc, which is, you know, there's so many movies out there, it's often the case. You know what, I didn't want to spend $16 on a used copy of this, but literally I looked it up, and I couldn't even find this release, unless it has a, oh, here it is. Why, I don't know why it wasn't coming up on my phone. Alright, so I paid $15.99, and you could get it for $20 new. Not as good of a... See, had I known that, I probably wouldn't have paid for this. I probably would have just bought the new one. Not risked it, but this is from Amazon.com, so who knows what it is at Amazon.ca. Probably more. And the other one I picked up, which it's one of those things where I've seen the movie, and I love the movie, but I couldn't remember if I owned it yet or not. But when I looked it up, it was about I think $30, and it was $20 from Amazon.com. I think it was $30 from Amazon.ca, and this is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. So I couldn't. The problem is I can't remember if I own this or not, but it was something that I have to own. So for $15, again, more than I wanted to pay, I was turning up, and it's so funny, I was turning up so many other, you know, ho-hum titles and stuff like that that were only, you know, $6.99 to $8.99, even $10.99, simply because it was like, maybe if it was new, but not because because it's used, no. But I had to get, I probably own this already, I don't remember, but The Illusionist. Brilliant movie. Love it. I really think it should have won Best Animated Feature the year it was nominated, but again, whatever. Can't always get what you want. Such is life. So, anyways, guys, that was it. That's the epic haul. This video's gone on long enough, so I'll end it here. Let me know what you think. Have you seen some of these movies? Have you seen any of those Splatter Rampage movies? Oh my god. Yeah. Post your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for sticking around and watching the entire video. Now I gotta go make some food. Take care, guys. Have a good one.